Imagine a world on the brink of collapse, a dying planet orbiting a fading star, its people desperate for survival. Now picture those same beings, advanced beyond our wildest dreams, abandoning their home to seek refuge on a primitive blue rock cold Earth. These weren't just any refugees, they were the Anunnaki, a race some believe shaped humanity itself. But why did they leave their mysterious planet Nibiru? What drove them to meddle with our ancestors? And what chaos erupted when their grand experiment went wrong? Buckle up, because today we're diving into one of the wildest tales ever told. A story of cosmic survival, creation, and betrayal that might just rewrite everything you think you know about human history. Welcome to Genesis Uncoded. Today we're unraveling the saga of the Anunnaki, a name that echoes throughout ancient Sumerian myths, conspiracy theories, and even modern sci-fi. Popularized by authors such as Zecharia Sitchin, the Anunnaki are said to be alien beings from the planet Nibiru. Now this isn't just some fun bedtime story. It's a tale rooted in some of the oldest written record we have. Let's start at the beginning. Why did these supposed spacefaring gods leave their planet for ours? Picture Nibiru, not as a thriving utopia, but as a world in crisis. According to Sitchin's interpretations of Sumerian texts, Nibiru followed an elliptical orbit that took it far from its star, plunging it into long periods of darkness and cold. Its atmosphere was thinning, ravaged by cosmic radiation and possibly even internal strife. Gold, a rare metal with unique properties, was their lifeline. Why gold? Some theorists suggest the Anunnaki used it in a high-tech way, grinding it into a fine dust to suspend in their atmosphere, reflecting sunlight and stabilizing their climate. Sounds wild, right? But think about it. We use gold in electronics and space tech today for its conductivity and resistance to corrosion. Maybe they were onto something bigger. Let's talk tech, because the Anunnaki weren't just swinging pickaxes. If Sitchin's take holds any weight, these beings wielded technology that makes our sci-fi movies look tame. Picture this: massive orbital stations grinding gold into a shimmering nanodust, then dispersing it to trap heat and block radiation. It's not as crazy as it sounds. Modern scientists have toyed with similar geoengineering ideas to fix Earth's climate. And the Anunnaki ships? Think less flying saucer and more living machines. Vessels possibly powered by exotic energy sources, capable of crossing vast interstellar distances in a blink. But here's the kicker: Nibiru's gold reserves were running dry. Their society, advanced as it was, faced a stark choice: adapt or perish. Legend says their leaders, beings like Anu, Enlil, and Enki, decided to scout the cosmos for a new source of gold. And that's when their telescopes, or whatever insane tech they had, locked onto Earth. Our planet wasn't just a random stopover, it was a gold mine, literally. Ancient texts hint that Earth's crust was so rich with gold, especially in places like Mesopotamia and Africa. So around 450,000 years ago, or so the story goes, they packed up their ships and set course for our little blue dot. But this wasn't a peaceful migration. This was a mission with stakes higher than we can imagine. Fast forward to their arrival. The Anunnaki didn't come as tourists, they came as colonizers. The Sumerian tablets, like the Enuma Elish, described them as towering, godlike figures who terrified early humans. But they weren't here to lounge by the rivers of Eden. They needed workers. Mining gold from Earth's crust was grueling, and their own laborers, possibly lower caste Anunnaki or even machines, were either too few or too worn out from Nibiru's collapse. So they hatched a plan that would change everything. They'd engineer a new species to do the dirty work. Enter Enki, the mastermind, Often depicted as a rebel genius, Enki proposed a radical idea. Take the primitive hominids roaming Earth, think Homo erectus or something close, and tweak their genes. Mix in a bit of Anunnaki DNA, and before you know it, you've got Homo sapiens. Their toolkit was unreal. Imagine chambers lined with crystalline amplifiers, channeling energy to splice DNA with precision we're only dreaming of today. The Atrahasis epic backs this up, describing how the gods molded mankind from clay and the blood of a slain god. Clay could be a metaphor for Earth's raw materials, and that blood, maybe it's the genetic code they donated. Enki didn't just slap some clay together. He might have used biomachines to fuse Anunnaki genes with ours, birthing us in a flash of light and science. This wasn't magic, it was mastery. For a while, it was a success. Humans multiplied and worked, digging up gold in places like modern-day South Africa, where ancient mines still puzzle archaeologists. The Anunnaki set themselves up as gods, ruling from ziggurats and demanding tribute. But here's where it gets juicy. We weren't just tools. That Anunnaki DNA gave us something they didn't expect. Curiosity, ambition, maybe even a spark of rebellion. And that's when the cracks started to show. If their tech was so advanced, why not automate the mines? Maybe their machines broke down, or maybe they wanted a workforce they could control. Either way, their gadgets set the stage for everything that followed. Imagine you're an Anunnaki overseer. Your perfect slave race is starting to ask questions. They're not just stacking gold bars anymore. They're painting caves, building altars, and whispering about freedom. The Anunnaki weren't a united front. They were a cosmic soap opera, and their infighting nearly torched their whole operation. At the top sat Anu, their king, but his sons Enlil and Enki were oil and water. Enlil, the commander, ruled with an iron fist. He saw Earth as a resource pit and humans as disposable tools. Enki, the scientist, was different. He didn't just create us, he bonded with us, maybe even saw us as his legacy. The Sumerian myths paint this clash vividly, but it wasn't just sibling rivalry, it was a philosophical war. Enlil feared our potential, our growing numbers, our defiance. Enki bet on our promise, teaching us secrets like farming and writing. Other players stirred the pot too. Ninhursag, their chief medic, reportedly clashed with Enlil over ethics, while rogue Anunnaki took human mates, sparking hybrid bloodlines and chaos. These tensions boiled over during the Deluge, when Enki defied orders to save humanity from a flood that Enlil cheered for. A flood tied to Nibiru's orbit, or Earth's own upheaval. Enlil saw the pending flood as a perfect chance to hit reset on the whole operation. Enki, however, risked exile to tip off Zayasudra, commonly known as Noah, about the flood and advised he build a boat. When the waters receded, humanity survived, and the Anunnaki's grip had weakened. Some say they retreated to Nibiru with their gold, but their unity had drowned in the chaos. Others argue they lingered, pulling strings as our gods morphed into myths. But their exit wasn't the end, it was the beginning of their legacy. Sumeria popped up with writing, math, and cities. Was this coincidence, or Enki's lessons? And the dark side? Our obsession with gold, wars fought, empires built, mirrors their quest. Some say they hardwired that greed into us. Our hierarchies, our drive to dominate, did they plant those seeds? The stars we chase, our telescopes and sci-fi dreams, maybe that's their curiosity lingering, pushing us beyond Earth. Worldwide, myths of sky gods descending, Egypt's Osiris, India's Vishnu, could be Anunnaki echoes. What do you think? Were the Anunnaki desperate pioneers or cosmic puppet masters? Did they leave Nibiru to save themselves, only to doom us to their legacy? They gave us tools to rise, language, tech, ambition, but also chains to bind us, war, control, division. Are we their heirs breaking free? Or pawns still digging gold for ghosts we've forgotten? The Sumerian texts don't give us all the answers, but they leave us plenty to chew on. If you found this interesting, do me a favor, go ahead and give it a like, share it with a friend, and tell me what you think. Do you buy the Anunnaki story, or do you think it's just ancient sci-fi? For more dives into the unexplained, hit subscribe and ring that bell. Until then, keep questioning, keep exploring, and I'll see you in the next one.